My name is Helen Smith and here we talk all about manifestation, mindset and money. So if this is something that you want to learn more about, then stick around because we're going to be diving deeper into all of these topics so you too can live out your dream life. Today's video is all about manifestation and how it works. So I'm going to give you an explanation of a few things that you can start doing in order to start your manifestation journey. When we are manifesting, the first thing that we need to do is actually have a strong desire for that thing. So manifestations can take a short period of time or they can take longer depending on how strongly you desire that thing. If we are talking about money, if you want to manifest £2,000, then what you have to do is have a strong desire for that £2,000 and make it have meaning. So it needs to have a reason to come into your life and it has to have its own meaning. Otherwise it is going to be very hard for you to manifest. You need to be able to view this £2,000 in your bank account and see it very clearly, or you need to be able to see it in a savings pot, in cash, in your hand, in your purse, anywhere that you will actually hold on to this money. You need to be able to see it so clearly. This leads us nicely onto the 3 steps that you need to start mastering in order to manifest. So the first one is see it. You need to see the thing that you are trying to manifest so clearly in your brain that the universe can do nothing but give that to you. Now, an example of this is when I was manifesting my home that I'm in now. This is my first home I've been able to purchase myself. I was so clear on exactly what I was visioning, what my first home would look like. So I knew I wanted a 2-bedroom apartment or a 2-bedroom flat with outside space, a driveway and a garage if possible. So I was seeing it so clearly, me sitting in my living room on my sofa with a glass of wine, having a candle going, a series on the TV. I could picture myself there so clearly that even to this day I can still picture that image that I was viewing myself in. It's not just about seeing the item, it's about kind of putting yourself in that situation and having that item. When we say see it, you need to fully see it and see yourself in that image. So when I was visioning my home, I could see myself sitting on the sofa. It wasn't just I can see the sofa or the decor that it was going to have. I could see myself physically being on that sofa from a outsider's perspective, and I could see myself with that glass of wine watching TV. This then moves us on to feeling it. So what I mean by feeling it, you have to feel the emotions behind the thing that we are seeing and we are trying to manifest. When I was visioning myself being in my home on my sofa, I also tapped into the feelings that it would give me. How would I feel sitting on that sofa? What would I be smelling? What would I be sensing whilst I was on that sofa with my glass of wine? What am I listening to? Do I have a crackle candle in the background? Can I hear the cars driving past behind me? What can I smell? Have I just cooked dinner? What have I been doing, and what senses am I tapping into? How do I feel? Do I feel cozy? Do I feel happy? Do I feel calm, relaxed? What you're trying to do is fully get on board with exactly how you feel in the moment of when you have that thing you are trying to manifest. So this then takes us to believing it. So we have to go through the steps of seeing what we want, feeling the emotions, and then also believing that we can have the thing that we are trying to manifest. Without the belief behind it, all we're doing is just saying that we want something, and this is not going to get us the thing that we want because we don't believe we deserve it in our reality. When we have these limiting beliefs of what we believe we can have, it is stopping us from tapping into the higher frequencies that we need to get on board with in order to manifest the thing that we are trying to manifest. So at first I had a lot of people telling me I'm never going to be able to purchase my own home, I'm never going to be able to afford the bills, I'm not going to be able to afford the deposit, and there's just going to be nothing on the market that is going to be what I am looking for at this point in time. So I had the belief system around it being very difficult to get what I wanted to get and manifest what I wanted to manifest. So what I had to do is I had to put a lot of work into actually believing that I can have this thing that I am trying to manifest. I can have my own home. I can have the opportunity to purchase my own home. I'm sorry if you can hear the rain. I have the opportunity to put down a deposit. I can go and view homes. There will be something that will come up that I can afford on my own. So when I started with my manifestation journey for my own home, I made sure that I had made a vision board so I could see clearly what I was wanting. I was trying to tap into the feelings of how I would feel when I have the thing I manifest inside my own home. And then I started to believe that it is possible. I was then taking the steps towards actually believing that I can have this. There's no reason I can't. People do it all the time. I am making the right decisions. I am saving. I am actively looking. I'm speaking to a mortgage broker. I am out there looking for my dream home, and something will come up. Now, if you want me to go into more depth when it comes to me buying my own home and how I manifested it, because I didn't just manifest my 2-bedroom apartment idea, I actually manifested a lot better than that. So I would love to dive deeper into that and explain that to you guys. So drop in the comments if you want me to do a deeper video on how I manifested my own home. I just want you to understand that the first steps that you need to take in manifesting is you need to see the thing that you're trying to manifest, you need to feel it, and then you need to get fully behind believing that you can have the thing you are trying to manifest. Now, this can be anything. It can be an object, it can be money, it can be an opportunity. You need to believe that you are worthy of that thing in order to manifest it. So this then takes us to the universe answering our manifestations and providing us with opportunities. It is only once we are so clear on the thing that we are trying to manifest, so we have visioned it, we are feeling it, we are believing it, it is only then that the universe knows exactly what you want, and then it brings you opportunities in order to get that thing you are trying to manifest. The first thing that we have to do then is actually embody us having that thing that we are trying to manifest and get fully on board with it already being in our reality. So for me, I had to step into the reality of me actually having my dream home. I was coming home to my own front door every single day, and I was taking the steps in order to get there. I was showing the universe, I am serious. I can see this vision, I can feel it, and I believe wholeheartedly that I can actually have this thing I am trying to manifest. I am therefore given the opportunity for the universe to bring me opportunities in order to actually get the thing I'm trying to manifest. In order to help the universe actually give you opportunities, you have to be on the same energy frequency as this. You have to be vibing at the same level as the thing that you are trying to manifest in order for the universe to understand exactly what it is that it is trying to bring you. So I was on that vibration of when I would be in my own home, I would be so excited, I'd be happy, I'd be content, I would be calm every day, I would be excited to come home. I was tapping into all them feelings every single day, even though I wasn't coming home to my actual dream home. I was going home to my parents, where I was living literally out of a bedroom, and I was working out of a bedroom, I was doing everything out of my bedroom. So what I was actually having to do is really truly tap into the belief system that I can have my own home. I do have my own home, it's just in a different reality at the moment. So say that you wanted to manifest £2,000 and all you're doing is giving off the wrong frequency to that £2,000. If you're coming from a place of lack and negativity around, I can't afford that, I don't have the money for that right now, all you're doing is actually telling the universe that you don't have that money. So when we are talking about getting onto the same energy frequency, when we're trying to manifest money, for example, we need to start saying things, I am a money magnet, I have money flowing to me every single day. Anything that is going to be money related in a positive sense and actually abundance, this is what we want to be saying and believing. So if someone asks you to go out for dinner and you don't have the money at the moment, then instead of saying, oh, I don't have the money, we're going to try and rewire our brains into saying, oh, that sounds lovely, but maybe not today. I'm putting my money into something else that's a bit more important at the moment. We're just trying to reframe the things that we say to, instead of the lack situation, we are thinking more of an abundance situation, and we're just putting our money into a priority elsewhere in our life rather than buying that bag, going out for that dinner that you don't need. I had to do a lot of this when it came to saving for my own home. It was a case of not going out as much, not buying as many clothes, not going on as many day trips or holidays. I was kind of taking a bit of a sacrifice without it feeling like a sacrifice. I was making sure that I was just saying my money's going elsewhere, it's going to be a priority elsewhere at the moment. Maybe next time I'll come for dinner with you, or I'm going to look at charity shopping rather than going and spending £30 on a t-shirt that is just not important at the moment. So I was having to rewire my brain into making sure that I was coming from an abundant state, and I was just rewiring the things I was saying. Instead of saying a lack of, I was coming from a place of abundance. This therefore takes us onto the subconscious mind, and how affirmations and everything that we say to it, it can only take it as truth. So if we are telling our subconscious mind things like, I am so skint, I can't afford that, our subconscious mind's taking that as truth, and then the opportunities around us are just not going to be the same as if we were telling ourselves that we are a money magnet. Them opportunities that are going to then arise from them sorts of talks are going to be more of an abundant state. The steps are going to come to you, the opportunities are going to come to you in order to magnify that money and bring that money to you. As soon as we're onto the same energy frequency as the thing we are trying to manifest, the universe then understands exactly what you are trying to bring into your reality. So this then works with us, with our subconscious mind. As soon as we are understanding wholeheartedly what we want, we see it, we feel it, we believe it, and we are telling our subconscious mind exactly what it needs to know and taken as truth, the universe then starts to show up in ways that we haven't seen before. It will start to then bring you opportunities that you haven't had before, you haven't noticed before, because it knows exactly what you are trying to manifest. Now, just a quick snippet, this is to do with neuroscience and psychology and how we are rewiring our brain when we are trying to manifest and we are being intentional with our goals. Our brain is constantly changing and adapting, and this is why I believe that everybody can manifest if they put their heart and soul into it and they actually change their belief system into knowing that this can be something that can happen and you can manifest anything that you want to manifest. You just have to put in the work around it. Our brains are always changing and rewiring, so there is no reason that you too cannot manifest. By focusing on exactly what we want and visualizing what we want, we're creating new neural connections, which therefore are creating the belief system that we already have it. When we are fully behind our manifestations, we then start to show up differently. So this is where opportunities will start to come to us, because we are putting in the steps and we are starting to change ourselves to become that person or that version of us that has that thing we are trying to manifest. We are taking actions and we are embodying that person that already has that thing we are manifesting. So when I was manifesting my own home, I had to fully get on board with who is that person that has their own home and how are they showing up every day? What are they doing every day? Are they wasting their money on Starbucks every single day? What are they doing and how are they presenting themselves to others? What steps are they taking in their journey in order to get that thing? And we have to start embodying our higher self and visualizing exactly what our higher self is going to be in order for us to get the thing that we are manifesting and show up as them every single day. Without taking certain steps in order to get the thing we are manifesting, we know it is unlikely that this is going to actually manifest. So if we wanted a job, for example, and we wasn't doing the CV work, we wasn't looking for jobs and applying for jobs and going to interviews, we know it is quite unlikely that we are going to just be presented with a job. I'm not saying that this can't happen, I'm just saying it's more unlikely that we are just going to be given a job opportunity without putting in some work and doing some steps along the way to get us there. When we believe that we can have something that we are trying to manifest, we start to then show up differently. We start to take steps towards that thing that we are manifesting, and we also can then push through challenges that come our way. We are more persistent to push through them challenges because we want that thing that we are manifesting and we believe we can have it. So the three main takeaways from this video that I want you to start doing if you are on your manifestation journey, I want you to understand the points behind seeing it, feeling it and believing it. You really need to understand about having a vision board, seeing the vision of the thing that you are trying to manifest. Maybe start off with 1 or 2 manifestations if you are a beginner, and then go on to trying to feel what it would feel like if you had that thing. So if you had the physical £2,000 in your hand, if you had the dream home, if you had the dream car or the dream job. I've manifested jobs, I've manifested my car, my home, multiple little things within my life, and this is why I'm on the journey now to help you. And then we need to change our belief system into believing that we can have this thing and we are worthy of this thing we are trying to manifest. And remember, our subconscious mind takes everything as truth that we tell it. So when we are doing affirmations, make sure we are saying things that are powerful and I am statements in order to trick the mind into believing what we want it to believe, and and start showing up how we want it to show up. We want to be bringing in them high vibration steps and opportunities that we need in order to get the thing we are manifesting. So we are trying to train our brain into believing we already have it. I hope this video resonated with you. If it did, then hit that subscribe button, drop a like and a note in the comments, and let me know what your takeaways are from this video, along with any ideas that you have for other videos that you'd like me to do. Thank you for sticking around, and I will see you in my next one.